Yo, what's good with y'all? So welcome back to the channel. So as you guys can clearly notice, I do have a little bit better lighting now in my room, and now I have a little bit better audio quality thanks to the new microphone and the new ring light that I got. So this is just another step forward and me taking this channel further. So with that in mind, let's get into this video. Super Bowl 55, well, for most of us, was not what we expected it to be. Total dominance by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the total dismantling of the Kansas City Chiefs. Not just on their defense, but on their offense. Everything just fell apart for the Chiefs, and they were able to get nothing going. Patrick Mahomes was only threw 2 interceptions and no touchdowns at all. Tom Brady, on the other hand, threw for just 201 yards and threw for 3 touchdowns, no picks, had a clean pocket as compared to Patrick Mahomes, who was hurried and who was pressured 24 times, and compared to Brady, who only was pressured 5 times. Ultimately, in my opinion, there's no one to blame for this. It's just a case of bad luck on on the Kansas City Chiefs part. No one ever predicted they would be out 2 missing tackles and would have to shift their offensive linemen all over. So it's not really. I don't really put this blame shouldn't be on either the coaches nor the quarterback. Nobody. It was really our fault. I mean, that O line held up for as much as it could, and the Bucs put pressure on Mahomes early on in the game. Now, in my previous video, I said that the Chiefs could not afford to leave Patrick Mahomes in the pocket for long, and we saw it firsthand when JPP and Shaq Barrett all went. When they both went at Mahomes on that weekend, on those weekend ends where the 2 tackles are. They shot right after Mahomes. They were able to break the pocket apart, or and they were able to give Vita Vea and then Ndamukong Suh just enough time to push the pocket even more inward. That way, Mahomes didn't have much of an escape route. The pocket eventually collapsed on Mahomes, and he was taken down. Saw was Mahomes essentially running for his life out there. There was 2 back-to-back plays where it's just phenomenal effort from Mahomes. I mean, I don't know any other quarterback that could extend the play for this long and still be able to get some passes off. I think it was 3rd and 9. That one fell incomplete to Pringle, and then on 4th and 9, I believe the intended target was Kelsey, and Mahomes. The effort on Mahomes on this throw was just unbelievable. I believe Mahomes did all he could, possibly physically, to push the ball forward. I believe Mahomes gave it his all in this game, and I mean, I praise him for his efforts. You could see it firsthand on the field and in the tape footage. But it was just not their night. It was not the night for the Kansas City Chiefs. And like I said in my previous video as well, we just do not bet against Tom Brady in the Super Bowl or in the playoffs when the stakes are this high. And I think many people can agree to that. And I'm not the one that first said it, but there's other journalists out there that have said it. But I think this is something that we all agree upon. Now, it actually comes as a big surprise to me that the Chiefs really didn't try to get a run game going at all. They didn't try to establish no run game so Patrick Mahomes could use play action or bootleg himself out of the pocket, out of harm's way. Clyde Edwards-Helaire really didn't get no big carries until the second half, and he was averaging 7.1 yards on 9 carries for 64 yards. So if they would have used Edwards-Helaire a little earlier in the game, I think he did pretty decently. He didn't have a 100-yard game, but he also wasn't too bad. So, and then I also didn't see Le'Veon Bell out there at all throughout the whole game, and I thought he was clear to go. I thought he was good to go, and I thought he would be able to play in this game. But it kind of shocked me because Mahomes we all knew he was battling that turf toe injury in his left foot, and he couldn't really scramble. And the main thing that Mahomes did in the first half was scramble and pick up first downs on his legs, which I mean, it was necessary to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive, but ultimately it came back to bite Mahomes. And as the game progressed, we could see how uncomfortable he was on that left foot with that turf toe injury. Now, as you guys know, I'm no football coach. I'm no head coach or nothing. I'm not really much of an expert. I just come and talk to you guys on camera about my thoughts about what I see on TV, when I watch football games. But what I had envisioned in my head was give give Edwards-Helaire the ball, give Le'Veon the ball, get the Bucs thinking, oh well, these guys are gonna run with it as well. And then once that's set, once they know that they could also run with it, then you could play action and get the line to shift one way, and then bootleg Mahomes the opposite way, get him out of harm's way, because we all know who's coming on that defensive line. So it would be. I thought it would have been uh, a little easier to roll Mahomes out. He really doesn't have to sprint out or run full speed out of the pocket. He could kind of trot or just a light jog out of the pocket, plant his feet, get his feet set to make the throw, pick his target. But what we saw mainly was him scrambling, seeing the pocket collapse, him scrambling out of the pocket, him running from sideline to sideline, trying to avoid getting taken down, and ultimately he was running heavy on that left toe. So it really did come as a shock to me that they really didn't use Edwards-Helaire, even Le'Veon, as much as they could have. Now there were some questionable calls in the game. Several holding calls that went in the favor of the Tampa Bay Bucs. Many people say it was non-existent. Others say that it was fair, but that they should have let the players play. So, and then there was also the offside call on the Cole Hardman. That one seemed pretty obvious. He lined up well on the neutral zone, and that allowed Tampa Bay to later on score, and Kansas City got punished for that. That was a pretty easy call. And then the whole Tyrann Mathieu, Tom Brady issue that transpired, I felt, in my opinion, that Brady should have also been penalized for what he did, going after Tyrann Mathieu once everything was said and done. Tyrann Mathieu was already on his way to the sidelines, and then Brady comes in and gets in his face, gives him a piece of his mind, and Tyrann Mathieu got an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty for that, and I think it was one of the penalties. One penalty towards ejection for Tyrann Mathieu, and I felt the same should have gone for Tom Brady. In that scenario, I don't think he should get the leverage that that officials tend to give him. So those were my thoughts on the penalties. Right. So now that we got the Chiefs' offensive situations out of the way, can we focus on that Tampa Bay defense? They were absolutely phenomenal. Devin White, Jason Pierre-Paul, Shaq Barrett, Antoine Winfield Jr. They were all spectacular. They were able to lock down Tyreek Hill. They were able to lock down Travis Kelce. Sammy Watkins was non-existent. McCole Hardman was non-existent. Demarcus Robinson was non-existent. Edwards-Helaire, he didn't have much of a run game. But still, to only hold a running back to 64 yards, you gotta you gotta give credit to where credit is due, in my opinion. So just an outstanding job from this Bucs defense. I knew they were gonna play harder than they did the first game in Week 12, but I didn't think they were gonna hold the Chiefs to no touchdowns at all, no touchdowns whatsoever, and have Patrick Mahomes throw 2 interceptions. It's just unbelievable. Wonderful job to that Bucs defense. Leonard Fournette and Ronald Jones were both efficient on carrying the football. They didn't run for a whole ton of yardage, but they were efficient enough to get Brady a good run game going so he could establish those play action passes that he's known for throwing. Leonard Fournette did have 89 yards on 16 or 19 carries, I believe, for 5.1 yards on average, and he did manage to get into the end zone for a rushing touchdown. It was an excellent play towards the outside. The tackle was able to pick up a good block for him, and Leonard Fournette just took it to the house from there on out. And then, as always, credit to the man himself. In my opinion, the undisputed, no questions asked, greatest of all time player, Tom Brady. 7 Super Bowl rings, more than any franchise. It's pretty crazy that he's done what he's done. Being able to leave New England, go to Tampa, Florida, with the team he had, a pretty talented team. Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, he had Cameron Brady. He was able to bring in Gronk. He was able to bring in Leonard Fournette. He was able to bring in Antonio Brown into the mix, and he made it work. He distributed, everyone did their fair share, and to be able to come up with this on the fly with no preseason, no training camps, no outdoor team activities. He had to go practice. I believe it was at the Bucs facility, but people are saying it was like a high school. Take the receivers out to go play catch, just to get into rhythm with his receivers, to get into rhythm with his receivers, and then to get used to a new head coach in Bruce Arians, and also being able to get into sync with Byron Leftwich. What I think stood out even more, that maybe not a whole lot of people really notice, is the comeback of Antonio Brown. And from what has transpired with him over the past year and a half, dating back to 2019, this whole situation with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and then going to the Raiders, and then what went down, what transpired, how things ended with him and the other two franchises, and then what happened with him in New England, only playing one game and then being cut because of some allegations that were going on, and then from not having a team and losing money out of his contracts to being able to play with one of his closest friends, his best friends, Tom Brady, in Florida, in his home state of Florida, and to be able to win a Super Bowl, it's pretty remarkable. So I mean, I never look at the negative side of things. I always try to look at the positives and see the good in people. We all have our struggles. We all fight. We all have battles with our demons. We all fight demons, and it happens to the best of us. And it's pretty remarkable that Antonio Brown was able to get, I don't know, a third or fourth chance again in the league, and he took it home. He got himself a Super Bowl ring. He's a Super Bowl champion. His second Super Bowl, playing the first one against the Packers in his rookie year. So all power to him. So what's next for the Kansas City Chiefs? Well, first things first, Patrick Mahomes has to go through his toe surgery, and he has to make a full recovery, which is expected. I'm sure he'll be just fine. And then of course, Eric Fisher, make sure he's back and make sure he's healthy and ready to go for the next season. And then the other right tackle, I think he's a free agent at the end of the season. I'm not too sure about that. But then I'm pretty sure this Chiefs defense will be just fine. They just need to regroup themselves, regather themselves, and then just start planning for next season. I thought I was going to see more trick plays being called by Andy Reid. There was nothing really too flashy that stood out from the Chiefs offense. It seems like they were just trying to aim for Tyreek or Kelsey, and they really weren't feeding the ball to any of the other guys out there. And I really hope this doesn't knock down any confidence in Patrick Mahomes, because I love Patrick Mahomes just as much as any other NFL fan, any football fan out there. Me as a person, I like the game in general, so I'll appreciate anybody out there on the field that's doing their job. And I appreciate any player out there that puts the shoulder pads on and laces them up, laces up the cleats, and goes out there and plays some good football. So it's all love on my end, all appreciation on my end, and I'm sure Mahomes will come back even stronger next season. He'll come back with I mean, it doesn't sound too good to say, but with a chip on his shoulder, with something to play for. And as for Tom Brady, I'm sure he's gonna be around for a little bit longer, so don't count him out. I'm sure he'll be chasing number 8 real soon. He'll get back right into it. And as for Gronk, I think Gronk will be staying. So it's always nice to see Gronk and AB. You know, I feel like they'll stay with the Bucs too. Two of Tom Brady's best friends, closest friends. So it'll be interesting to see. Maybe they'll come back at it. They'll go at it again next season, next Super Bowl 56 in LA, which I'll be going to, and for sure I'll be vlogging it for you guys, for the channel. So yeah. And as far as that goes, well, those are my thoughts, my opinions, from what I saw in this year's Super Bowl. So I want to know what you guys think. What did you guys see? You guys, I know we're all different, so we all see different things. What did you guys see that was different from what I saw? Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, it would be nice if you guys could leave a like, share this video with your friends. You know, I'm doing a little something different now. I got my light set up. I got my little microphone going for me. So it's just I hope to piece this channel bit by bit, piece by piece. Uh, so yeah, with that in mind, what to expect this off season from this channel? Well, I'll be getting more into the blockbuster trades. You know, Carson Wentz, I believe he's going into the trade block. Deshaun Watson's still out there. Uh, what's gonna happen with Dak Prescott? I still have the review the rookies videos to do. Justin Herbert's up next. Tua, Jalen Hurts, Justin Jefferson. So a lot of things coming up. Also, I'm gonna try and get this new segment going where I draw up plays with you guys, or I'll cut a piece of footage from a game. I'll pick a play that stood out to me, and then I'll try and dissect it with you guys and get your guys' thoughts and opinions. And then if you guys have anything for me, you guys want to see something from me, you guys want to send me a play that you guys saw that stood out to you guys, we can try and break it down. If you guys have a video idea for me, I'll be more than happy to hear you guys out. What you guys have in mind. What more would you like to see me to do? What more would you like to see from the channel? So we're only getting started, and it's only the beginning from here. So with that in mind, if I said it already, I'll say it again. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, y'all take care. Y'all be cool. Y'all be easy, and I'll see y'all in the next video.